Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Cube video. This is a medium pack to start. Grim Monolith is pretty good, Narset is pretty good. You can first pick Utopia Sprawl. I don't think Brain Freeze is the kind of card you want to first pick. It is good in Storm, but not a card we're going to first pick here. I think we're taking the Marsh Flats. This is one of the relatively lower value ones, but it's great. It's good in like Black-Red Reanimator. Definitely a solid one. Typically, I prefer the blue fetch lands, and then I prefer the green fetch lands because they're good with like Ren and 6, but we'll still take the Marsh Flats. Okay, here we do have a land that we can find with the Marsh Flats, but it's a pretty bad land. I don't think green-white is that good of a color combination. We could also take Signet. This pack is pretty weak. Actually, this pack is very, very weak. I think we do actually take the land here. Yeah, we'll take the Temple Garden. Okay, Tinker. This pack is much, much stronger than the first two. There's a lot of options. So one option is to take Thalia. We have a good start for a white deck. Thalia is one of the best white cards. There's also Tinker, which we could just take. It's very strong. We could also take Spara's Headquarters, which would give us good Bant mana. And there's like Oracle, could take Razor Verge Thicket. I think I like taking the Spara's Headquarters, though. This leaves us very open. I wouldn't fault someone for taking any of these three cards. But these two, I mean, it's not really related to the picks we have right now. These two really shoehorn us into a certain type of deck. Yeah, let's take the Spara's Headquarters. Okay, late channel. Crucible of Worlds could be good. There's some decent white aggressive cards here. Skull Clamp has very high ceiling. Could just take a solid blue card. Skull Clamp is the highest upside. Well, actually, Channel is probably the highest upside. You know, let's take the Channel. Yeah, we'll take Channel. I don't like Channel decks in general, but I think that this is definitely like a spot where it's good. If you see it fourth pick, you're already somewhat in green. Now we can take a Hallowed Fountain. Set up for a really good Bant mana base. Sylvan Library and Ancestral Vision are both good too. Also, I guess there's Into the Triome, but yeah, let's take the Hallowed Fountain. Okay. There's Jetmir's Garden if we want to set up for an Omnath mana base. I think we should take Elvish Mystic, though. This is a super late Mystic. Yeah, we'll take this card. Alright, Ignoble Hierarch, sweet. We'll take another Dork. This is not the best one. If we are going to be Bant, then the red and black are not particularly valuable. But we also could just be a base green deck. Yeah, let's take the Hierarch. I like the start. Unclear what we're going to be accelerating into, but we have the mana down, which is the most important thing. Now there's Path, Garrick, and Bushwhack. I think we take the Garrick here. Path is good, but Garrick helps us to cut green. It's also removal. Like green decks typically struggle with removing creatures, and these are both ways to do that. I think I'm gonna take the Garrick though. Okay, Utopia Sprawl Wield. That's kind of unreal. This card is really, really good. I think green is super open. All right, so what are we looking for here to round out this pack one for this green deck? There's a few different ways we could go from here. One is to just be mono green, basically, and if we get good green cards every single pick, we'll probably end up in that direction. The other is to be more just actual Bant, and then we're having like green acceleration to ramp into like Teferi and stuff like that, which is probably what I would prefer to do, especially with very good mana to set it up. But we'll see what's open. If we don't get past any blue cards, we're not going to force it. Alright, I think we take the Questing Beast here. This card is really strong. I haven't played Questing Beast in this whole Vintage Cube season, I think, and you don't normally see it going this late, but definitely happy to get that pickup. We're drafting with Spoon Me, Killshot, and No Life _ No Future. Some intense names there. Okay, we could be... a lot of interesting options here. I think we just take the Oracle, though. This card's great. Yeah, Field of the Dead could get there. Razor Verge Ticket could if we play white, but we don't have any white cards yet. Let's just take the really good card in our colors. Now I'll take Sower, but not plan on main decking it. Alright, not getting the super late pickups, but that's totally fine. Very good start. I would like to get... Ooh, I think we take Jetmir's Garden here. And last pick Koth. Okay. So we're looking for big colorless things to channel into. Ideally ones that are also hard castable though. So I'd rather over Emrakul I would rather like Mirror Battlesphere or something. Wow, okay. Here we have Oko and Mox Pearl in the same pack. I think we do take the Mox. There's a very real argument for taking Oko here. Actually, maybe I will take the Oko. We already have pretty good acceleration. We can play this on turn 2 pretty consistently. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take Oko. We're passing the Mox. I think that's correct in this spot. It's pretty close. I wouldn't fault someone for taking the Mox, but yeah, we'll take the Broken Planeswalker. Okay, now we have Teferi, but also Noble Hierarch. That's really interesting. Also Cityscape Leveler and Glen. Lots of reasonable options here. I think I'm actually going to take the Teferi, though. This pushes us away from the mono-green channel deck, but I think that's probably for the best. We're likely to get past some good blue stuff here. We have good blue-white fixing. This is card draw. I do really want Noble Hierarch, but I also think there's a reasonable chance this comes around, since green is quite open. Yeah, we're going to take the Teferi. Close pick. But let's grab this. Now we could take Tireless Tracker, Snapcaster Mage, or Savannah. Let's take the Savannah here. Or Chartacourse. We have fairly good white mana already. And we only have this one Teferi. Yeah, let's take the Chart. Having a bit of card draw for consistency is very good in these sorts of decks. Alright, so we're moving more towards Bant than Mono Green. I think that's probably for the best. If you are playing a deck like this and you have fewer accelerants, then going really big and trying to hardcast Sundering Titan and stuff like that is a little tougher, but we don't even have that top end yet, so it's fine. Here I think we take Nissa. Really strong card. We could take Oust or Walking Ballista too, but yeah, I think I like Nissa. A lot of good Planeswalkers here, which is a good place to be. Now we have Gaia's Cradle, Hydroid Krasis, Knight of the Reliquary. All of which are reasonable options. Gaia's Cradle has the highest upside, but we don't actually have that high of a creature count yet. Knight of the Reliquary is almost definitely going to wheel. I think we do take the Cradle. It might not get there, but the upside is so high. Okay, now we have Natural Order, Knight of Autumn, Pest Infestation. I think we do take the Natural Order. Yeah, we'll take this. Okay, Devoted Druid. Solid. Thespian Stage could get there if we end up playing the Dark Depths combo, but we don't have Dark Depths yet. I think we just solidify our mana acceleration. Okay, Plow Under or Toski? I think Toski. Yeah, we'll take this card. It's pretty good. Although it's awkward with a lot of our... Like, it doesn't work with some of our creatures. You know, I think I'm going to take Plow Under, actually. It's good interaction for a lot of matchups. Now we can take a Mana Leak. That's a super late Mana Leak. Very happy to see that. Okay, Noble Hierarch did not come around. That's not surprising, but it is sad. We'll take the Titania, I guess. Tireless Tracker. That's a good wheel. It's been an interesting pack. I think it's been a pretty good one. Right now we have both Channel and Natural Order, but we don't really have anything to do with it. So we could just cut these and just be a little bit more of a mid-range deck where, like, Nissa's our curve topper rather than a ramp spell. And that's really fine. I think we can get there with this. Now we'll take an oust. Good pickup. Okay, Knight of the Reliquary. That's a card we will play, probably. Grist is good too, but I don't think we need that here. Knight of Autumn. Okay, sweet. So we're just solidly bent. Probably not playing Channel Natural Order. Last pick Aurelia. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we get another Mox. I think I will take this one. Yep, good pickup. Dismember would be nice. We might end up getting there with Omnath, but easy Mox. That's a great card for us. We need a lot for Channel to work. I think that's very unlikely here. Natural Order is more possible. Okay, I think we take the Birds of Paradise here. Library of Alexandria can be good, but Birds is perfect. It adds all of our colors. Yeah, we'll take this. Urza could be good too, and I guess there's Ulamog with Channel, but we're taking the Birds. If Ulamog comes around, we'll consider the Channel plan. Okay, Magus of the Order is a worse version of Natural Order. There's Coma. There's Urza's Saga, which can find Mox Sapphire. I think we just take this elf, though. And then, if Coma comes around, we can potentially Natural Order into that. Okay, well, there's Crater Hoof. Okay, I think we cut channel, but do Crater Hoof here. Yeah, that's the kind of top end I'm looking for. If you just put Hornet Queen into play, they can just like storm off and kill you, or Splinter Twin and kill you, or just play Board Sweeper and outgrind you. But Crater Hoof just wins. Okay, now we get all the channel stuff. Do we just take the Raphelos though? There's also Sheldock Isle, which is not bad. I think Raphelos is going to come around. I don't really want to play channel with such a low number of hits. I think I'm going to take the Sheldock here. Maybe it's just too greedy. No, let's take Raphelos. Yeah, this card is so powerful. Although, we do think it's going to come around, right? Green is pretty open. You need to be heavy green for Raphelos. Okay, we're going to take a risk. I think we can wheel it. Now we see Mirror Battlesphere, Taiga, Augur of Autumn. I don't think we need the Taiga. Omnath might come around, though. Let's take Augur of Autumn. This card's pretty good. Now we get a Rex Sage. That's nice. Alright, are we playing this Finale of Devastation? I think so. Yeah, we can play this card. Alright, this deck is looking pretty sweet. We're going to need to make some cuts. I think we move Plow Under to the board. I want to have a high creature count if we're playing Gaia's Cradle and Natural Order. Alright, all the other cards here I would really like to play. $16 land seems fine for this deck, but hopefully we get some wheels. Okay, Omnath, is that good? We don't have that good fixing for Omnath, and we don't have many fetches. I'm not in love with Toddler's Huntmaster as a card, but we do kind of want one more thing to Natural Order into. So I think I will take this. We also could just take Ravagers of War. Honestly, let's take Ravagers of War. Really, really good sideboard card. If we get no more beefy green creatures, I will kind of regret that pick. But it's also, I mean, even then, it's still fine. And we might get one of those beefy green creatures. So we're not playing Jetmir's Garden. I think it is a green-white land, but we have good enough fixing already. Not much force here. We'll take Metamorphose, but not play it. I think this deck is pretty sweet. There will be a lot of games that we just win with a quick turn 2 Oko or Teferi. All right, there's a Magus of the Order. Another way to find Craterhoof. Probably not a main deckable card though, but we can bring it in against decks that are light on removal. Like in the mono green mirror, it's just about who can put Craterhoof into play first. All right, so we're hoping to wheel Rufellos. All right, Waterlogged Grove is a great pickup. And even if we don't get the Rufellos, that's fine. This deck still has a lot of ramp. Okay, this was the Rufellos pack. We don't get there, but Pelucranos is not bad. Although, actually, let's take the Sword. Yeah, I think Sword is a really good sideboard card. So if we do this, we're running Natural Order pretty much just to find Craterhoof. Okay, Taiga does not help us. Ignite Memories, okay. So we're a bit light on top end, and a lot of acceleration. I think that's okay, though. Yeah, let's just run it like this with 9 basics. So how would this look? That's 7, 8, 9, 10 untapped green sources on turn 1. And 11 total green, or 12 total green sources, counting the Cradle. For blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good. And for white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I will cut 1 forest for 1 more plains. Or, no, let's just play Generous Garden as another green-white land. Yeah. All right, we'll run it like this. We're kind of all in on Craterhoof, but if you're going to be all in on one card, this massive beast is not a bad choice. We'll run it like this. We have a pretty good sideboard too. Plow Under against combo, Sword against black and green decks. And then I guess we can even bring in Titania against aggro. See you in round 1. Alright, here we are for round 1 against Killshot. We are on the draw, unfortunately, but the hand is great. Playing against another green deck. Alright, we'll play our Hierarch. Pass. We actually cannot play turn 2 to Fairy here, but we can play Tireless Tracker. Alright, so we'll play Plains, Tracker, and Pass. Against blue-green, I'm not as worried about creature removal. And then next turn we can play Marsh Flats. Sylvan Library, pass. Okay, this is totally fine. So let's fetch up a nice... Oh, wait. Well, no. I don't think we have a blue source we can get with this, but we're just going to crack 2 clues. I think that seems fine. Get max pressure and hit them for 6. I wanted to crack to get... Or play fetch line to get 2 clues. It does take us off of Teferi, but I think that's okay. Really pressuring the opponent here. Swinging for 6 on turn 3. This also limits their ability to pay life to the Sylvan Library. If they take out our Tireless Tracker, it's still fine. We're ahead on mana. We can play Teferi and Birds. We have a removal spell. And if they can't kill the Tracker here, it's just going to continue running away with the game. This can kill them in 2 turns, probably. They could just fire off like a Time Twister or something. Okay, Phyrexian Metamorph copying Tireless Tracker, I guess. That's totally fine. They can't block, profitably at least. Natural Order, is that just lethal? Yeah, I think it is. So we play Forest, play Birds of Paradise, or no, we'll just play Forest, play Natural Order Sacking Ignoble Hierarch to play around Days, get Craterhoof Behemoth, that's 2 creatures, so 4 points of pump plus 10 points of power, that's 14. Yeah, this should be exactly lethal if they chump block. And we'll conceal the information that we're playing blue. Natural Order Sacking the Hierarch. Craterhoof Behemoth. And again, we could have played Birds of Paradise, which would add 2 extra points of pump, but it means we are in kind of rough shape against the Days. So we'll just do this, come on in for lethal on turn 4. Pretty solid start. Alright, so playing against blue-green, we're going to be on the draw now, which will make it a little tougher. Do we want to make any changes here? Sword of Feast and Famine is tempting. It's good against green creatures. Plow Under is not great on the draw. I think I do want the Rex Age. I think I want the Oust. Okay, we haven't seen that much of their deck. We'll just run back to main deck. Okay, playable hand. No play for turn 2 at the moment, but we have an Accelerant. We have some good mid-range threats. Yeah, just pretty solid all around. No blue mana, but also no blue spells. Soul Ring. That's not very fair. And Basic Forest is probably the worst possible draw for us. Edric, huh. Okay, I mean, that's not bad here. We can't really block it profitably. Hopefully we draw a creature. Tireless Tracker, perfect. Do we accept the tracker for Edric trade if they offer it? I think we will block here. Yeah, we have some action already. We don't desperately need the Tireless Tracker, and I don't want to let them draw cards, especially when they have Soul Ring going. So we'll just block. That's the green version of removal. Playing a creature and trading in combat. Alright, a lot of stuff over there. They only have 1 card in hand. We draw Oko, which is not castable yet. Does Oracle hit an island off the top? No, it doesn't, but it does hit a blue source off the top. So I think next turn we can go Oko plus Nissa, which will be a very strong turn, add a lot of pressure. But, I mean, the opponent has 8 mana, so there's a lot of damage that they could do here. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Are they going to bounce one of our creatures or Brainstorm? Or plus, sure, yeah. So we can kill that right now with Nissa. Yeah, this seems like a pretty good position for us. So let's think about our mana on our turn. Right now we have 6 mana. We could hit lands off of Oracle. Okay, no such luck. If we tap this to put Utopia Sprawl in one of these lands... Yeah, this should work. This should work. So let's go Utopia Sprawl on blue. Play land. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we do have to do it this way. We're going to have to untap our Utopia Sprawl land to play Oko, which I don't love. It opens it up to removal, so we might lose our blue mana, but I think that's fine. So, Nissa. Untap this land. They just concede. All right. Didn't even need to show them the Oko. Okay, so very dominant performance. We got turn 4 wins in both of our games. Yeah, this deck seems sweet. See you in round 2. All right, we're back for round 2. Whoa. Playing against Bajorka Pork, cool name, and we're on the play. And we have to mulligan. Okay, this we can keep. Let's put back the Sparrow's headquarters because we're going to want to be curving out here. Llanowar Elves, pass. Our last opponent was not playing much removal. Hopefully this opponent is not either. Sometimes green decks feel a little bit underpowered, but this is just a mock. So like if they don't do something immediately, we're gonna untap and have 3 mana when they only have 1. Okay, they play Ragavan, but Ragavan is not terrible for us here. Okay, interesting. We unfortunately cannot play Garruk this turn. So if they can kill our Knight of the Reliquary, things could go downhill a bit. But we'll put this here, name blue, and get the Knight down, pass turn. Hopefully they can't kill the Knight. Even if they do, next turn we can play Garruk and kill their Ragavan. But that would mean that they both kill our Knight and get a hit in against us. We also don't have a land to sack to the Knight of the Reliquary right now. This can only sacrifice forests and plains, and I don't want to sacrifice my Utopia Sprawl land. Okay, it doesn't matter. They kill the thing anyways. Hit us for 2. Finale of Devastation. That would have been a good draw. If they also kill this Llanowar Elves, all of a sudden, everything just falls apart. Because then Gaia's Cradle doesn't even make mana anymore. Black. Hopefully they play Inquisition of Kozilek. Museum Mortar's rough, okay? So we cannot play anything here. Oh, wow, okay, well, Mox was a very good draw. Now we can drop the Garruk to kill the Ragavan. We have no cards in hand, so it's kind of funny. Like, we have a massive advantage on the board, but we have no cards. They don't have much on the board and not much mana either, but they have a full grip of cards in their hand. Can they kill the Garruk? If we get to untap with Garruk, I think we're... It's definitely not over, but we're slightly ahead. We can start making dudes, which powers up the Cradle. Next turn, we can potentially sacrifice one of our dudes to find, like, Oracle of Moldiah or Tireless Tracker. But if they have, like, Goblin Rabblemaster here, it's super bad. Okay, Cryptbreaker's fine. GT's also fine. Alright, we get to untap with Garruk. Find Sheldock Isle, sure. Alright, we'll take Natural Order. Make a 1-1 and pass. We could crack the Waterlogged Grove, but I don't think we need to do that here. In general, against black decks, it's kind of nice to pass back with no cards in hand. Like, all their Thought Seizes and stuff like that are dead, and then we can draw a card on our turn if we need to. Okay, Abbot of Carol Keep. Hitting Mountain. You get your value, but they only have 1 card now. We'll see if they go for the GT on Cryptbreaker. If they do, it weakens Garruk a lot. Okay. So we'll block here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Do we want to crack this end of turn? I think I will. Let me find Tireless Tracker, good draw. Can we hit a land? Knight of Autumn, that works too. So let's play Knight. Wait. Okay, no, this works. So we need to plus. Right now we actually don't have the right mana. We can't make green and white. But if we plus this, they can kill it with GT, but we get to use Cradle first. So they can kill both of our blockers. It's a close situation right now. If they if they have a way to kill our Garrick here, if they can trigger prowess, we're probably a little bit behind. But hopefully they just have like a kill spell or something, and we get to untap with Garrick again. Okay, I'm happy to see a tapped land there. Only one card. Hit Garrick, and then hopefully just hit Garrick down to one. Alright, sweet. So we get to untap. Land, like, basically, most draws here are good. Okay, we'll make another 1-1 with Death Touch. We'll play Tireless Tracker. Play land. And then pass. Again, it's a situation where we could crack the clue now, and maybe we draw a 1-drop elf that we would slightly prefer to play, but we don't need an elf in play that badly, and it's also somewhat likely that they have some way to make us discard a card. Hardcast Shriek Maw to kill Tireless Tracker. Fair enough. So luckily these tokens are black, so we're able to block the Shriek Maw, which can only be blocked by black creatures and artifact creatures. Oracle of Moldiah, okay. Let's play the Oracle. Probably, yeah, definitely playing the Oracle. Okay. Teferi on top is a good draw, so we'll just get our tap land into play and pass. So we don't know exactly what's in our opponent's deck, and there are some scary top decks here, especially dragons, like Dunamahalkite or Glorybringer or even Goldspan Dragon would be kind of rough. But it looks like they're a pretty low to the ground deck, so most of their cards are going to be like small creatures, maybe a removal spell, but we're pretty insulated against all that stuff. And we're getting close to just playing Natural Order for the win. I'm actually not sure if we need to sack a creature to it or not, but it shouldn't matter. I think we will be able to have a creature in play. There's a slim chance we could kill them next turn. Probably it'll be the turn after, but we actually do have the access to this ultimate, which would give all of our creatures +4/+4. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage. Not quite lethal, but not too far off. Looks like the opponent is debating whether or not they want to send in their creatures and trade down on resources. This Garrick has been an absolute house. It killed their Ragavan, it killed their Crypt Breaker, it's created 2 more blockers, generated mana for the Cradle. Something about a 1-1 with Death Touch. It's so unassuming and terrifying at the same time. Okay, they have a way to kill our Garrick. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I still think we're in a phenomenal position. Let's go Teferi. We're going to bounce our own Mox. Hopefully hit some lands off the top with Oracle. Oh, or a Craterhoof off the top. So Questing Beast, and we'll send on in there for 4. And we have Craterhoof next turn, so it is game unless they top deck something. They have 1 draw. And even if they do somehow stop the Craterhoof, we're ahead on board. We have Sheldock Isle, which can Natural Order for something. Although I guess Natural Order is going to be a little bit less impressive. Tracker's gone. Questing Beast is gone. Craterhoof will be gone. I'm sort of surprised someone took Coma, but it's fine. We didn't really need the Coma. Alright. We take down Black-Red aggro in game 1. Game 2, what do we want to change, if anything? I don't like Sword against this sort of deck. I don't want Sower against removal. They have a low curve for this. Titania is an option. Just as a pretty good blocker. I don't think we need Plow Under. Is there anything in the main deck that we don't want? Not really. I think we just run it back. Honestly, Cradle is a bit of a liability against all their removal. But you saw there, it is also really good sometimes. I think it's worth it to keep it and run it back. Alright, on the draw here against Bajorka Pork. Can we get a keepable 7? No, we cannot. We have our best card, Oko, and our top end piece, Craterhoof, but not the mana we need. Oh, this is a stinker. Do we keep 5 lands Questing Beast? No. Excuse me. No, I think we can do better. This hand seems solid. We don't have double green yet, but this deck is stock full of green sources. Let's put Craterhoof back, and then I think Finale. Those are both top-end pieces that we want to play in the late game. Now, if they have Ragavan, it's pretty rough. Swamp, okay. Swamp Thoughtseize, alright. Well, both players are going to be low on resources this game. So I think they're basically debating if they want to go for a fast kill, take Augur and kill us before we can cast the Nissa, or if they're setting up for a long game. They decide to go for the fast kill. That's a little scary. Good draw. Chain Lightning my elf. All right, they're really putting us low on resources. If they have a card like Ragavan that's good in this sort of low resource game, they could get us. But if they just take too long and let us take a bunch of draw steps and hit land drops, eventually we'll get to be able to cast our threats. Just play a Signet. Oh, Ragavan. Okay. Fair enough. Old monkey. Really good mull to 5. Thoughtseize into kill spell into Ragavan hit. Alright, Temple Garden, that's fine. Can we draw a creature? Ooh, even better. That was probably the best draw on the deck. So we'll play the Oko, make a food. Straight to 6 loyalty is so high. They're playing black, so they might have Hero's Downfall or something like that. But it's very, very hard to kill Oko via damage. And we also get to just make multiple bodies to block. It'll be, if they just go for Dash Ragavan again, I think that's fine. It'll be interesting to see if they go for Oko or us. They'll probably go for us, if I had to guess. They're debating that as we speak. Ragavan is not that good against our deck because none of the things that they could like, it's very good against decks that have like Ancestral Recall, but for our deck, all of our good cards are expensive, so they can't really play them as effectively in a low resource game like this. Okay, they're just clearing lands off the top of our deck. I'm fine with that. Do they have the Hero's Downfall as one of their last 2 cards? No, they don't. Okay, so we're going to turn this food into an Elk, and that will block the Ragavan, at least temporarily. Knight of Autumn, another good one. So we'll turn this into an Elk. Then we're just going to play Knight of Autumn as a 4/3. I love Knight of Autumn. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Play Hallowed Fountain tapped, and then I believe any land in our deck would give us Nissa next turn. Um, I will actually swing here. If they kill Knight of Autumn and dash Ragavan and hit us with Ragavan, that's honestly not even that bad. And it is like, I mean, we're winning the race by a lot now. We have 7 points of power on the board. And now we're in a spot where pretty much any draw in our deck is good. The only spell we cannot cast is Craterhoof Behemoth. Any land, I guess, other than Sheldock Isle gives us Nissa. Even just like a Mana Dork is not terrible. Our best draw is probably Questing Beast. I think we're not really going for Craterhoof this game. We're just going for a quick kill, which is typically how it goes when you mold a 5 and your opponent has multiple 1-mana interactive spells. They're holding Ragavan and 2 unknowns. If their 2 unknowns were like Hero's Downfall, Lightning Bolt, they could kill our Oko with the Downfall, bolt our Knight, dash Ragavan, hit us. And even then, I think we're still winning, frankly. Okay, evoke Shriekmaw, kill Knight of Autumn, dash Ragavan. I thought this was fairly likely, and I'm totally fine with it. If they want to hit us with Ragavan again, like, maybe they hit Tireless Tracker, and that's kind of bad. Still probably beatable. And like almost anything else, like if they hit a land, it's fine. If they hit a Mana Dork, it's fine. If they hit Craterhoof, Craterhoof is out of our deck, which would be a little sad, but still not the end of the world. Alright, Guy's Cradle, fair enough. No Cradle for us. Can we draw the land? Questing Beast, there we go. So we'll hit back for 7, make a food and pass. Threatening lethal next turn, and again, pretty much any draw is good. Oh, do they have Dam? Fair enough. That's kind of funny. All right, that's one of the only... They would have just been dead on board with almost anything else, but that's fine. They can dash Ragavan again. They've hit us with Ragavan. This is going to be the 4th time they hit us. So far, they've only hit 4 lands. Kind of funny. They could have put Oko down to 1. Yet another land. Jeez. I actually want those lands. Okay, that gets the job done. So play the Nissa, untap an island, hit them for 6. They go to 1. And it's pretty hard to imagine the way they win from here. Bolt the island, alright. They have 1 card, and it's Ragavan. And next turn, we can turn our Mock Sapphire into a 3/3. Okay, they need to leave back at least 1 blocker or else they're dead on board. Actually, they need to leave back 2 blockers. Yeah, so now the only way they can survive is that if they go for the double chump block. Alright, I will play this and crack it. Whoops. Natural order. Alright, we're gonna do it just because we can. So we'll turn this into a green elk. It would have been game either way, but this is the more stylish win. Craterhoof Behemoth, beat down. Alright, really smooth start. We are yet to drop a game. I'll see you in the finals. All right, here we are for the finals against famous Nick H. My brother's name is Nick H. I think we can keep this. Not having a one-mana dork is a little sad. Like, we don't have any plays until turn 3 Knight of the Reliquary, so that's going to be too slow against some of the most broken draws. But still a solid curve from there. We have Natural Order to find Craterhoof. This hand can probably win on turn 5. But don't want to see a Soul Ring here. Just a nice land go. Hey, stop. Don't play anything. You could play like Relic of Progenitus. That's okay. Oh no. Alright. Playing against turn 1 Soul Ring. Best start in Vintage Cube. Can we get our power too? We have 1 Mox. That's what we're hoping to draw. Mox Sapphire. Come on. Oh! We summoned it! That's awesome. Alright, you just have to believe, everyone. That's the key. I mean, we're still behind, actually. It's not even that amazing. But it means we get to make a play on turn 2. And we can play Oracle on turn 3. They might be able to kill this Knight. It's just a 2-2. But hopefully not. Knight plus Oracle is kind of nice because we can shuffle. So if we don't like the top card of the Oracle, we can shuffle, get another look at finding a land. Opponent plays Island, then Ponder. Doing it in this sequence means they're digging for a red removal spell, most likely. Hopefully they don't find one. They chose to not shuffle. Okay, suspend Ancestral Vision. I'm definitely happy to see that. That's quite slow. Hopefully we can kill them before that comes down. Okay, so let's go land, Hierarch. Or, wait, no, let's just jam Nissa. Yeah, that's gotta be right. Do we want to get Cradle or Hallowed Fountain? Let's get the Cradle. So now we play the Hierarch, which means Cradle will tap for 2. And now we play Nissa. Yeah, let's play Nissa. Untap Temple Garden and hit for 4. And now we're threatening to kill them on turn 4. If they pass with mana up, I probably will not just jam Natural Order into it. Best case scenario, they just tap out for something dumb. And they kind of, I mean, they do actually need to do something. They can't really play Dralgo when we have this board presence. This looks like an X spell of some sort, but I don't know what it would be. Like maybe Walking Ballista. Okay, Chart a Course is not that scary. But they do still have 2 blue mana available, which is scary. Light Up the Stage. That's a weird card for them to be playing. Alright, they could have Time Walk here, but if they play almost anything other than Time Walk, it's okay. Alright, bounce that. That's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can play around Spell Pierce. So I think we beat anything other than Force of Will and Force of Negation here. Drawing a land would make it easier, but we don't need to. Okay, I should have specified when I said land. That's okay, though. So we'll tap this and this. Wait, let's quickly do the math and make sure this works. So we play Natural Order, grab Craterhoof Behemoth. We have 3 creatures. That's 9 points of pump, plus 11 points of base power, so we'd be swinging for 20. Yeah, I mean, it's possible this doesn't get there, but I guess if they bolt one of these things right now, that could maybe do it. Craterhoof Behemoth, turn 4. We also could have played Oracle first, but then we couldn't play around Spell Pierce. So all right, sweet. Turn 4 win. Wow, that Mock Sapphire was a crazy draw. We just manifested it. I was staring right where the card was going to go and just channeling all my energy into drawing it. And then we did, and we were able to play turn 2 Knight and beat the turn 1 Soul Ring. Pretty sweet. So we're playing against blue-red. Unclear if they're like doing the twin combo, if they're doing through the breach combo, if they're like semi-aggressive with light up the stage, or if they're just a typical controlling mid-range deck. I don't think we make any changes here. We could bring in Ravages of War. It's bad against specifically the card Soul Ring, but it is good against basically combo decks in general. We don't have much interaction for combos, so our plan is just blow up all their lands and hope that's good enough. I think for the... we could cut Finale, maybe. Maybe Plowinder's better than Ravages anyways, though. No, I think actually I will play the Ravages of War. Very, very high upside. This card is, I mean, it completely wins the game sometimes. And if we have some mana dorks in play, so they lose all their mana and we don't lose all ours, we can win that pretty easily. Alright, phenomenal hand here. Very explosive. We don't really have top end yet. Oracle can help us to filter our draws and find some action, though. Mana Leak, alright. Starting with the Mystic. Mystic is more vulnerable to removal, but Utopia Sprawl, we would ideally like to get mana out of this the turn we play it. Okay, a couple interesting options here. Do we want to hold up Leak or just like develop our board a lot? I think we can afford to hold up Leak here. So what I'm going to do is play Utopia Sprawl on this, naming blue. Then play Shelldock Isle and pass. Okay, not great stuff here. I'll take... I'll take Chart, of course, I think. Reclamation Sage could break up the twin combo if they're going for that. But this seems pretty good. Then we'll have ramped twice. This is on turn 2. We'll have already ramped twice and played a counterspell and set up card advantage. It's pretty great. They just passed. That's fine. Tireless Tracker. Okay, we're going to go for that. Do we even go for it? They're pretty likely to have something here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We could play Tracker before playing... We could just play Land and then Tracker, not the traditional order. That would guarantee we hold up Mana Leak. But I think I would rather just play Devoted Druid. We're going to play a little slower and just make sure that we can not die here. They have Pestermite mana available. I just don't want to mess around with that. It's also fairly likely they have a counterspell. Alright, they do nothing. This is great. We are very, very far ahead on mana, and we have an interactive spell available. Without this leak, we would be a little bit exposed to just like a board sweeper or something like that, but with mana leak in hand and a significant mana advantage and like card advantage in our hand too. I feel pretty good about this position. Okay, Mox Ruby. They have 5 mana. Time Warp. Okay, I think I will leak this. There's an argument to not leaking it, but this way we get to just really push the advantage here. If we can play Tireless Tracker into Oracle of Moldiah, into 2 lands, make 2 treasures, or 2 clues, we will both be like, if they're just trying to play a fair game, we'll accumulate a bunch of resources, which is good. And if they're trying to combo us, we'll speed up our clock a lot. Okay, that's just a worse version. No, actually, that's fine here, but we're still going to start with the tracker. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Tireless Tracker. Play Cradle for the clue. Then we'll crack, or we'll play Oracle of Moldiah. Good card on top. Let's crack this clue. Draw the Teferi. Hopefully reveal another land. Nice. And now we can decide if we want to untap our Devoted Druid to crack this clue in a turn. And I think there's a very real chance we could win next turn if they don't do something pretty significant. But our shields are down. Urza. Okay, I don't think that's going to get the job done. Do they have Urza into a kill spell? Nope, they're just passing. I think I'm not going to use this Devoted Druid so that we can save the clue and just like really churn through the top of our deck. We also have 3 different powers, so we can use Coven and just play creatures off the top with this. Ravages of War. Okay, that should seal the deal. Well, maybe we don't even play that, actually. Let's start with Teferi. Bounce the Construct. Okay. Oh, they just concede. All right. Awesome league. We just cruised. We won every single game. My girlfriend took one of those quizzes that's like, what Magic Guild are you? And it said she was green-white. And then at the beginning of this draft, I was like, oh, Temple Garden, green-white's kind of bad. And she sent me an angry letter about me roasting green-white. But I was mistaken. Green-white's great. I've recorded 3 leagues today, and 2 of them have been base green decks, and both of them have trophied, so can't argue with the results. I don't think this is really the lane you want to go into unless it's very open. But if you're the only one playing green, it's really powerful. You will lose some games to board sweepers, and you'll lose some games to combo decks because you don't have interaction. But against anything that's fair, you're just way faster. And because of your acceleration, you can afford to play a higher curve. And if you're playing 3 to 5 drops and they're playing 2 to 3 drops, you're typically going to be able to win that battle. Natural Order for Craterhoof was great. Oko, Teferi, Garruk, and Nissa, all 4 of our Planeswalkers took over some games. I don't think we ever used Knight of the Reliquary too much. We didn't use Shelduck Isle, but we were just planning on being fast, and that was enough. So, really sweet league. We won every single game, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.